It's Halloween, so let's get a little spooky. What's going on, everyone? It's Rich Haywood here for Bacon Ice Cream Productions and Team RTFC, welcoming you to yet another episode of Good Times with Retro Rich. Yeah, that's right. We've got the day upon us. It is the October 31st. It is the Halloweens. So why don't we talk about some spooky stuff today? Yeah. No playing of the games, as it were. Just a quick little video about things that you might be able to play if you're feeling a little spooky. That's right. Yes, let's talk about some spooky games of the generations. Now, this isn't the definitive list of spooky games of the generations. This is just a list of spooky games of the generations. So what you're about to see is 5 picks, Rich's picks, by the way, of games that you might want to play, you know, when it's like the spooky times. You know, you're in October, little Halloween hangover, you know, into November. You still want to play something. Maybe it's May, and you're just like, you know what? I want some spooky games. Well, here we go. Some spooky games of the generation. So let's get into it. So let's start off with second gen. Now, there's not a lot of games out there. Now, I do have an actual honorable mention that I'll mention in a little bit, but there's only really one game that comes to mind when I'm talking about second gen, and that's Haunted House. All right, you can play it on Atari 2600. You can play it on Evercade, which is pretty cool. So those of you that have the Atari collection, I think it is on Atari 1, if I'm not mistaken. If you know, it's either on Atari 1 or Atari 2. You too can have some spooky times in second gen, being those two little eyeballs running around. I can hear the soundtrack, even though I cut the soundtrack. I can hear it. I can hear it playing in my ear right now, with all those crazy flashing lights and, you know, crashing backgrounds and everything like that. I mean, it is indeed a spooky game. You know, you're just running around trying to put together the urn. It looks like a trophy. And then, you know, you got to collect all the pieces and you got to run away from all the ghosts and all that kind of stuff. It does have like a really cool atmospheric, spooky feel, which I think is really cool. So anyway, that's the first pick. Is Haunted House, second gen Atari 2600. You can play it on Evercade. It's kind of cool. You're going to see a theme here, stuff that you can play not only on the original system, but also elsewhere. And then relates to here on the old Bacon Ice Cream Productions, right? Except for one, because I mean, there's just one. It just has to. Maybe we can say, hey, maybe. Anyway, we'll get to that later. Let's get to 8-bit-ish. All right, there's tons of games. Actually, first though, the honorable mention for second gen. Second gen honorable mention is actually E.T. the Extraterrestrial. No, don't start screaming. E.T. actually it's kind of spooky. The movie takes place in a spooky time. It takes place during Halloween. You know, there is that. You got the Reese's Pieces connection. You get all that kind of stuff. It's kind of cool. So, and not that many will agree with me, but I actually do think that E.T. the Extraterrestrial on Atari 2600, it's a pretty good game. I enjoyed it. It's the first game I actually ever completed. A little history for you guys. Personal history, anyway. So, in the 8-bits, you can go the NES. And there's lots of spooky things. There's Ghostbusters. There's Friday the 13th. There's Nightmare on Elm Street. There's the original Castlevania. There's all sorts of crazy stuff. There's even 8-bit stuff on the Master System. Again, Ghostbusters, Ghost House, I think. Was another one that was there. Xenophobe. No, Alien Syndrome. Alien Syndrome is on. I don't know if there was a Xenophobe on there. But you know, like Alien Syndrome, you know, all sorts of cool stuff. There's tons and tons of things. You can write down the ones that you think below. I went a little different. All right, I went 8-bit-ish with Savage Halloween. That's right, Savage Halloween on the Atari VCS. Yes, you can also get it on Steam and everywhere else. I think you can play games. And yes, it is 8-bit-ish. It's not technically all 8-bit, but it is 8-bit inspired. Of course, this game is awesome. You want to get some, yeah, maybe not some spooky, but if you want to get some crazy cool feels, you guys got to play this game. This game is insane. It's just like all sorts of crazy stuff, maybe a little creepy stuff here and there. Because again, it's it's Halloween, right? Get the Savage Halloween thing there, PlayStation 4, Xbox One, all that kind of stuff. This game is just cool. You want to think about Halloween, you want to think about cool stuff, you got to put this on your list. You got to play it. It's just an awesome time. So that's why I went 8-bit-ish, because I just wanted to make sure I hit the spotlight. And I also wanted to hit the Atari VCS because, hey, you can play it on the Atari VCS right now. You can go and get it, right? Did you know that was a game on Atari VCS you could buy? Get in that store and grab it right now. Doesn't even matter how much it is. They could have put it at $19.99. Don't care. Grab the game. It's awesome. It's that good. It is that good. All right, cool. So now we get into 16-bit land. And again, there's tons and tons and tons of great games in the 16-bit land. But one in particular that just screams out, not only is it spooky, but it is also one of those games that is like just almost iconic in the 16-bit era, for me anyway. And you can play it on Evercade, and that is Splatterhouse 2. This game, again, hits the spooky mark, hits the creepy stuff, it hits the crazy nonsense. You're punching things that I don't even know what they are. They're exploding. You got the guy running around in a Jason mask. It's pretty crazy. It's a cool game. It is a cool game. Like I said, super spooky. May not be for everyone, obviously. But yeah, I mean, how iconic is it though? I know a lot of people are like, oh, well, there's Genesis and, but the more iconic, I guess, is the TurboGrafx 16 PC Engine versions of this game, right? That's also on there. But like I said, you can also play it on Evercade, which is how I was introduced to finally being able to play it like for real, because I never actually owned a copy myself. But I mean, come on, you're talking about like some crazy things on the screen right now. It's pretty cool. It's a pretty cool game. And if you guys have the Namco collection, all right, yeah, you get the Namco collection 1 and 2. I can't remember which one. I think it's on 2. You get some Splatterhouse 2 action. It's a cool game. You should just pop it in and play if you're looking for some spooky times, right? Some spooky times and elevators, apparently. So there you go. That's that one. All right. So now we're going in to 32-bit. 32-bit. Yes. You scream at me in the comments. There's tons of 32-bit stuff on Saturn. There's tons of 32-bit stuff on even the 32X stuff. There's tons of stuff on PlayStation. There's tons of stuff everywhere. There's Silent Hill. There's like immense amounts of like just spooky games in general. What was it? I think even you can kind of see like Deception, maybe, and that kind of stuff. But there is one that just hits, because it is like that's the culmination of all the spooky things into one. And I think you guys may know where I'm going here. Come on, it's Castlevania Symphony of the Night on PlayStation. I know you can't play it anywhere else, but this is the one you want to put on the list. Maybe, just maybe, we could get some Konami collections to get this game on an Evercade. Wouldn't that be cool? Wouldn't that be neat to play this game on something that you don't have to go and spend, like, I don't know. I think the last check was like $70 for disc only or something like that for this game on a PlayStation. I know you can buy it digitally if you have a PlayStation 3. And when we can't buy it anymore, the store's dead. But but still, you can get it in collections, I think, on Switch or something like that. But come on, you got the spookies, you got the stuff. You're basically playing as Dracula's son. Like, come on, it's good. It's good. It's just, I mean, and as far as 2D action platformers, I mean, and of that time and that style, the artwork, the everything, it's just, the soundtrack is a hit. The soundscape is a hit. The graphics are a hit. The gameplay is a hit. The fact that you can play the game twice in the like, you got the upside down castle thing plus the regular side castle is still like 7 hours worth of gameplay or something like that, like per run through or whatever. It's crazy. I know people can speedrun it, but it doesn't matter. It's so good. One of the most awesome experiences I've ever had playing in the PlayStation genre, in the PlayStation era. And it's very cool. It's a super good game. Love it. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I know there's a lot of fans out there too. I mean, come on. You got to check the box. But also, come on. Can we get some? Please, sir? Can I have some more? Castlevania Symphony of the Night? On Evercade, maybe? Oh, come on. I mean, I'll take it on Atari VCS too, but I doubt Konami is going to be porting classic game collections over the VCS. No offense over there, but that's like the indie station, right? That's the indie stuff. That's the Atari stuff. That's all that kind of stuff. But I don't think I would ever see something like that over there. But you never know. Definitely though, Evercade, maybe this year. This is the year. Is 25 the year of the Konami? I don't know. It'd be cool. Let's keep it in the modern era, because again, there's tons of games. Alien Isolation comes to mind. The Friday the 13th game that was that multiplayer thing that comes to mind. The new Halloween game that's going to be coming. There's a new Halloween game that did come out. It was like a 2D side scroller thing. There's a 3D game that's actually being like made with Carpenter involved. I think some kind of crazy project like that. It's coming out next year or something like that. I don't know. I can't remember the details, but there's Halloween stuff. There's all sorts of crazy, things that are going on. You can get skins in Fortnite or whatever, and like Mortal Kombat and all that stuff. And there's a whole bunch of stuff. But I don't want to talk about that. I want to talk about more atmospheric, spooky things. And a game I played this year that kind of gave me those spooky feels, even though it wasn't spooky season, right? And what was that game? That game was Full Void on the Evercade. I think this game, as far as atmospheric stuff, is really good. It's a really good game. It's a really cool experience. It has this weird mix of like an 8-bit classic computer kind of style thing with like animation and 3D stuff going on in the background. But everything in the environment and all that kind of stuff, it's like a whole bunch of jump scares, right? It puts you in the environment. If you can put yourself in the role of the main character and then really invest, like put your headphones on, turn off the lights, and then go ahead and start playing this thing. There's no combat. It's just like you're getting through each scene. You can play through it in a night, just like you're watching a movie. But I'm dead serious. This game it's something else. And I did not expect to feel the way I did about playing it until I was done. I mean, I didn't expect it at all. I just thought it was like, okay, it's just another game and whatever, I can play it as a little puzzle platformer stuff. But it's very, very cool. I would highly recommend, if you do not already own this on the Evercade, pick up a copy there. Yes, it's on Steam and you can get it, I'm sure you can get it elsewhere by now. But it's very cool and different. It's atmospheric spookiness. And it's the way that your puzzles are being, the way the puzzles are done. It's just cool. It's very, very cool. That's all I'm going to say about that, I guess. But that's it. There's my list. We got Haunted House on the Atari 2600 on the Evercade. We've got Savage Halloween on the Atari VCS for the 8-bit-ish stuff. 16-bit Splatterhouse 2 on the Evercade, and of course the Genesis and elsewhere. Castlevania Symphony of the Night. I mean, it's the GOAT as far as I'm concerned. As far as the spooky stuff goes, Castlevania, it's just, come on. It's just so good. And then Full Void there on the Evercade, right? What is your list? Let me know down below in the comments. Get in there. Let's kick off a conversation. I know you guys have been awesome lately. Just totally awesome with getting in the comments. I've been getting flood. My inbox is completely full. I will get back to you guys. I will be doing some some serious sit down and replying to all those comments. Of course, I always do. Sometimes it takes me a little bit. It takes me a week, 2 weeks. Sometimes I'll get to you. I will get to you all, and we will have some good times. Then hopefully I can catch up. Lately, I've been focusing on getting you guys content, and I'm very glad to be able to do that. And very glad you guys are watching too, which is awesome. Thanks again, guys, for checking this out. Thanks for checking this little offshoot of a Good Times with Retro Rich video. Kind of feeling a little new things coming in here, and doing that. And if you like it, make sure you hit that like. If you don't, hit the dislike, hit whatever buttons you want, hit the subscribe button, please. If you would like to see more videos and you want to make sure that my happy face comes in and notifies you, you hit the little bell thing too. Yeah, it's great. You can do all those kind of thing, and we appreciate everything. You can also there's a join button too. You can also do that. That's kind of cool. You can hit the join button and then and hang out with us here on in Bacon Ice Cream Productions on the Good Times Club. And what we do after every single video ends is thank every single member of the Good Times Club. So let's do that right now. Let's thank the EverCanadian, Crimson Cross, George Games, Chris Westerman, Fan and Fiction, Woodar Jim, Papa Pete, the Intellivision Gamer, Ken LaCure, Mr. Shua, John Wood, Gunsy20, Tales from the Judland Waste, Herb Wars, and Immortal Sojourn. Thank you guys all so much for being members, for hanging in there. Thanks even to the trial members that were hanging out and doing their things before Back from the Dead 1, and of course Evercade Fanboy. Thank you guys all so much for checking that out. Hopefully you guys will check us back out on a live stream or something like that. Yes, I did say live streams and live things. We'll hopefully be doing that again very soon. But until we do, just keep checking out the channel, because more videos will be coming, and we'll have some awesome stuff coming up for you. In about a week's time from now, we're going to culminate some cool things that happened over the summertime by mixing it with cool stuff that's happening right now. And, in the studio, we're going to mix them all up and edit it together and do it all for a great cause. So I hope you guys check out those videos as well. And until next time, we'll catch you next time for some good times. I'm Rich, and we will see you later. Hope you guys have an awesome Halloween, and we'll catch you on the next one. See you guys.
RTSC.baconicecream.com